Hey kiddos, chapter 8 today. We're going to read a little bit more, find out what's going to be going on in our story. I woke up to a rap on my bedroom window. I smiled when I saw the fox's blue eyes staring back at me. He was standing outside with his face pressed against the window and his tongue sticking out again. I sat up and stretched, trying to get the kinks out of my back. The sun was out, so there wasn't any crunching under my feet as I walked to the window. I unlocked it and pushed it up. "Good morning, Fox," I told him. My voice was shaky because the air outside was cool. "Want to have some fun today?" he asked, wagging his tail. His smile was so big I had to laugh. He made me feel good about myself for some reason. "I don't think I'm allowed to have fun today," I told him, hoping I was wrong. I had never seen my mom as mad as she was the night before, and I didn't know what she had planned for me that day. I'm in trouble. The fox's smile disappeared, and his tail stopped wagging. "I hate to hear that." He looked around the side of the house. "Don't forget to unlock the chicken coop. Gotta make sure they're happy and healthy." He licked his lips for some reason. "I may never see you again," I confided in him. "Jonah!" my mom yelled from the kitchen. "Come get some breakfast." "Wait," the fox said. "What are you talking about?" I shrugged my shoulders at him. "I've got to go." I closed the window and waved to him. I was never good at goodbyes. I had left Orlando without telling any of my friends I was leaving. It hurt too much. The fox looked sad and confused, with his ears down and his tail between his legs. Did he not want me to go either? "Jonah!" my mom yelled again. "Coming!" I yelled back. I turned from the window and marched out of my bedroom. I felt weak and tired. I did not want to leave my new friend behind. "I'm going into work this morning," my mom said when I sat at the kitchen table. She had a plate of pancakes waiting for me. "I won't be back until tonight." That got my attention. I would have time with the fox after all. "I asked your Uncle Mike to check in on you this afternoon if he can." She stood behind me and put her hands on my shoulders. "The only reason you're not going over there is because I'm making him clean up his place before we move in with him." I could feel her shaking her head. "It's littered with beer cans and cigarettes." She walked around the table and sat across from me. "I may have overreacted yesterday, and I apologize for that." She nodded her head slowly again. "You know what the rules are, and I'm going to trust you." She stopped nodding. "Please don't make me regret it." I couldn't help but notice. One of my chocolate boxes was empty in the trash can. "What happened to the candy?" I asked, pointing to the box. "I don't know," she claimed, shrugging her shoulders. "Someone must have eaten them." I knew she loved chocolate, but 15 bars eaten since last night? That had to be a world record. "I'm not judging," I said, shoveling the pancakes into my mouth. They were perfect with butter melted over them and maple syrup dripping over the sides. She smirked and stood back up. "I'm taking the other box of bars to work with me. I want to make sure they feel loved." She stood next to me and kissed my cheek. "Write your paper and stay out of trouble today." She tightened one of her earrings. "I baked a pan of chicken for the day. Save a couple pieces for when I get home tonight." And then, just like that, she was gone. I rushed to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. I didn't want the fox to get a chance to say I smelled like farts. They're the worst kind. Usually silent, always deadly. I ran out back past the outhouse. I didn't see the fox anywhere out there. He'd be back soon. I went ahead and unlocked the chicken coop my mom had locked the night before. Old Nellie looked like she was asleep in the back. I wondered how many rotten eggs she had laid in her lifetime. Hundreds? Thousands? "Glad you could make it," came the fox's familiar voice from outside the coop. I stepped out to greet him. I'm glad I could make it too. I realized I had never asked him the most important question of all. "What's your name?" The fox rubbed his chin. "I don't know." "You're the only person I've ever talked to." I couldn't help but smile and feel proud. He was the only fox in the world who could talk, and he chose to talk to me. We should call you Fox, just to keep things from getting confusing. His blue eyes lit up. Sounds original. He was trying to hide it, but I could tell he was excited to be named and recognized. It wasn't hard to figure it out. His tail was wagging like a jet fan. Did you get enough of what you need? He asked me. I wasn't sure what he meant. I kept thinking it was odd. None of the chickens came out of the coop. They were hiding for some reason. You said you didn't have enough money, he reminded me. I remembered our conversation a couple of days earlier. That's when I decided to sell the candy. Not quite, I admitted. $40 wasn't enough to fill the gas tank in the car. My mom always made me fill it up. She paid for it, of course. There's another way you can get more money, Fox said. He stepped up close to me and whispered, like he had a secret to share. If you dig a hole deep enough over there, he pointed to the fence line of view, you'll reach China. And you know what they have in China? Call me crazy, but I was pretty sure Fox was trying to play a practical joke on me. I decided to play his little game. What? Gold! He shouted. Lots of gold! I laughed at him so hard my stomach hurt. He wasn't smiling anymore and seemed disappointed. I didn't believe him. Fox, everyone knows you can only find gold at the end of the rainbow. Duh. His blue eyes shifted from side to side. They have lots of rainbows in China. He waved his paws overhead in an arc. Tons of them. Every day. I thought about it for a second and wondered if it could be true. How long would it take to get there? Fox wagged his tail again. An hour at the most. That wasn't bad. Even if he was pulling my leg, it was only an hour of my life. But I couldn't escape this nagging feeling in the back of my head that none of this was true. That it was impossible. Jonah! A man's voice yelled from the house. Where are you? I recognized it as my Uncle Mike. I heard the back door shut and shoes or boots walking through the leaves toward us. What was he doing there so early? My mom said he wouldn't be there until this afternoon. You should run, I urged the fox. Meet me later. Uncle Mike liked to hunt, and I had a feeling foxes were on his list. Fox dashed off on all fours. There you are, Uncle Mike said moments later, walking up to me with his arms extended. I hugged him, looking over his shoulder to make sure Fox was out of view. Missed you, pal. Missed you too, I admitted. I led him back towards the house, so there was no chance of Fox being spotted. I hadn't seen my uncle in more than a year. He looked like he had aged 20 years in that time. Most of his hair had turned gray and wrinkles covered his face. My mom always said it would happen one day with all the smoking and drinking that he did. Your mom wanted me to check on you, he said. Make sure you're okay. He looked over my arms and legs. I don't see any broken bones. I shrugged my shoulders. I'll try harder next time. He laughed and patted my arm. We're going to move you and your mom into my place tomorrow night. That way you don't have to miss any school tomorrow. Yay. Thanks a lot. Are you going to be okay today? He asked. I've got a lot to do, but you can come with me if you're bored. Not a chance. If this was the last day I could talk with Fox, then I wasn't going anywhere. I'm fine. I've got your number if I need it. He patted me on the shoulder. My man. See you tomorrow night. He went back through the house and left. I fell flat on my butt when I turned around and Fox was standing right behind me. His paws were raised in an attack position. You gave me a heart attack. He burst out laughing. Sneak attack. It took a minute for me to catch my breath. I realized how hot it was getting as the sun rose higher. We should go inside and cool down, I tried to persuade Fox. He looked back at the chicken coop. None of them had come out yet. Maybe they didn't like the heat either. Okay, but just for a little while. I'll catch some lunch later. Okay, kiddos, so that was the end of chapter 8. Um, I will read some more to you guys later. I hope you're enjoying the story, and I do miss you, kiddos. Hopefully we get to see each other before the year's over. Talk with you later.